Welcome back to another episode of the Rock Solid Sports Podcast. Today's Wednesday, May 22nd, and my Denver Nuggets went out so sad.
It was heartbreaking. It's hard to watch, man. We had such high hopes going into this year, and it just didn't pan out.
Terrible Game 7. The best golfer in the world got arrested. Xander won his first major. The conference finals are here. Short gambling corner recap at the end. What's back? Shit out of luck question. Let's do it.
We gonna make it, baby.
Rock solid. Rock solid. Rock solid. Rock solid. Rock solid sports.
Welcome back to another episode. This week, no more Denver Nuggets basketball.
Yeah, no. We're going to go over it later when the Avs are out too, but, it's a bad week to be a Denver sports fan at the moment. Every hope you had is gone. I think in the Avs series, you kind of had like some dwindling hope pretty early, but in this one, you kind of felt like, they had won, 3 straight almost, and you thought they were going to pull it off. They just couldn't put the pieces together in time, and it just fell short.
They did put the pieces together until the second half of the game.
Yeah.
The reigning champs, no more. The Nuggets blew a 15-point second-half lead, largest in any Game 7 ever, I believe. It was just hard to watch. They were playing so well in the first half, and then Rudy Gobert hit the stupidest shot.
Ball there. It's Gobert into Jokic. Shot clock at 2. Good shot. Oh my!
And you knew it was over from there.
Yep.
It was Nasri, Jaden McDaniels couldn't miss. So I don't know if you have any thoughts besides we folded.
Yeah, we folded, but it's not like we folded to a nobody. This is probably one of the more scrappy, talented teams in the NBA currently right now. So, I've at least been saying it for a while that I think whoever comes out of this series is going to go to the finals, and I think has a pretty good shot of winning it all. They got to go against a pretty hot team in Dallas right now, and I think it's just 2 hot teams battling it out in that Western Conference final. Should be a good series, and I'm excited to see where that goes. But, yeah, it's sad to see such a good team kind of just fall short like that, and I think they talked about it after the game on TNT where, they missed those guys from last year, like, Bruce Brown being such an important piece, Jeff Green being such an important piece, not having those guys to come off the bench and kind of give that same level of production as some of the starters, that really hurts. But they also have a young team. They have a lot of young, talented players on their bench currently. So I think the future is still bright. I think, it may not be a huge window to win another finals, but I think that window is still there. So you just got to come into next year hot and try to get that magic back.
Definitely interested to see what happens in this offseason. KCP, a lot of rumors. He might be leaving. So, yeah, I'm not excited for the offseason, I'll tell you that. Because last year I got to, hang it all out there and just be the biggest asshole in the world after we won. But now we're back to reality. So, the Wolves do advance to play Luka. I know you did say you are picking Minnesota, but in how many games?
I lean between 6 and 7. I think both of them not only have a lot of talent, but I think have a lot of experience as well and just solid players. I think Dallas edges them out just a little bit in experience, but I think that Minnesota's just a little bit more scrappy, a little bit more hardworking. They got a guy like Anthony Edwards who is pedal to the metal at all times. 2 dominant big men that play in the paint. Jaden McDaniels playing well. I think it's going to be, I want to say Timberwolves in 6.
Predictions for you guys?
I'm rocking with the T-Wolves in 6 or 7 as well. They're a little younger, but they also have vets, so it kind of balances out. And then just the talent on Dallas as well that's going to be hard to guard. Just between Luka and Kyrie, and then the dump off to the big men they got. I think it'll be a good series, though.
Yeah, it's tough. I think it's going to be a 7-game series for me. I'm thinking Timberwolves in 7. I just find Cat and Rudy and Ant, like the 2 7-footers, and then Ant I just find it very hard to beat right now, especially for Dallas. So
Yeah, I would pick Wolves in 6. I think that's what I'm going to go with it. Hopefully Dallas doesn't win, or this is going to look really bad on.
I just want to
graphic.
go on record real quick and say that I'm so happy that you said you got to be the biggest asshole, because watching the Nuggets this year, I actually got to like appreciate the greatness and that is Jokic and that team and like how they play team basketball. And if it wasn't for you guys being Nuggets fans and how you guys behave, which is so poorly, I think I would be a Nuggets fan. I think I rock with them. Like, I enjoy their brand of basketball, but their fans just make it unbearable to me.
You're a LeBron fan, correct?
Yeah, but
Okay.
All right.
Hey, LeBron fans are the worst too.
All right, bro.
Also in the West, what a pro wants, what a pro needs. OKC's going home.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, I had them as my little dark horse. And I had some hope and some faith there for a second, but then, all that experience started to tally up, and that's what drove them to that victory. I think they're running into a juggernaut with Timberwolves, like we said, but that was just a good series. But yeah, experience kind of took over, and that led them all the way. There's not much else to say about it but that.
Yeah, I agree. The experience definitely helped. And what's crazy was mostly Coach Dagnall, that Thunder coach. Like, he made a very dumb challenge at the end of the game, wasted a timeout, ended up not helping. Probably wouldn't have won anyway. But, like, just those stupid – I think he won Coach of the Year too, if I'm not mistaken. So, like, in those moments.
Which, I mean, it is well-deserved a little bit, though,
for
because
sure.
what they were coming into this year and what they are now is pretty impressive.
They didn't even make the playoffs last year, I don't think. So, to get this far, I mean, yeah, what a step. I will be rooting for the Mavericks. I just wanted to add that on the rest of the playoffs. I did pick the Timberwolves, but in my heart, I will be rooting for Dallas to win the whole thing.
No, yeah, I'm in that same boat because I think the Timberwolves are going to win the series, but it would be cool to see a guy like Luka go to the finals, and I think the winner comes from the West. I don't think it comes from the East, personally. But, yeah, it'd be really cool to see Luka win one. And the Mavericks kind of, are starting to kind of get back to where they were when Dirk was playing with them, so... yeah, it's going to be an exciting series, and we'll see what happens.
Former Mavs coach Rick Carlisle also still in the playoffs. The Pacers beat the living shit out of the Knicks in Game 7. That was bad.
No, yeah, I think that, the Knicks were kind of banged up. Even though they had their guys back for that game, there's no way they were 100% at all. And we've talked about it multiple times in the past few weeks. Like, that is a hard-fighting, scrappy team that if you let your foot off the pedal for 1 second – they're going to put their foots on your throat, and they're just going to push. Yeah. So they kind of let off, and Indianapolis just took it.
Yeah, OG, I think he started the game. I think he played like 5 minutes and then didn't play the rest of the game.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson fractured his hand in like the third quarter. Alec Burks, game of his life, at 26 off the bench. I don't even think I think he played like 3 games this whole playoffs.
Yeah.
And came in, did that. DiVincenzo at 39. But yeah, just not enough to beat the highest scoring Pacers.
Nope, and now they're going to play a team of the Celtics that are, now without the Nuggets in it, are probably the favorites among the pool of teams. I don't believe so, but that's the current seeding right now.
Yeah, Celtics move on from the Cavs. My only note was who cares, because they haven't really played a healthy team yet. And, I mean, last night they played their first healthy team, and it was they didn't
without that Jaylen Brown clutch 3-pointer at the end of the game, like they lose that game.
Tatum trying to get free, throwing in the corner. Brown fakes, fires up the 3. Bang! Bang!
They had like 4 timeouts. It was 4 turnovers. I meant at the end of that game, just giving them every opportunity to stay in it, and that's what young teams do.
Yep.
And teams like Boston will obviously take advantage of that. But that was that one game that you felt like the Pacers needed to take, because now it feels like they can do all good and still just not be there, not be in the game.
Yeah, no, I think this next game coming up between the teams are going to be very important, especially for the Pacers, because hard work and effort only go so far if you're not winning games. It's cool to look at a team play that well and that hard, but if you're not winning, it doesn't matter. No one's going to remember how hard you fought in a 5-game series that you lost. So they're just going to have to keep going, keep pushing. I think the Celtics are a beatable team, especially if you can put them in a position to beat themselves. Then you put yourself in a position to really take off and win that series. Mm-hmm.
We got another Mike Breen double bang last night.
Yes, we did.
I think that's number 8 now.
Mm-hmm.
We'll put the clip in here, but also the pictures going around Twitter of Siakam just digging in his own ass is crazy. That was a great fourth quarter and overtime though. I had a lot of fun watching that last night. Predictions for the series: Celtics in.
Yeah, no, I think it is the Celtics. I think the Pacers are going to be a team in the future that is going to be fighting for these final spots a lot coming up in a couple years. But I think it's Celtics, and I want to almost lean 5 or 6 just based off how I'm feeling. I could see it being pushed to a 7 if, the Pacers can kind of find their good brand of basketball and fight hard, but I don't think they can beat them. I think they're just a more high-powered team that's more fit and ready to go to the finals and win these high-caliber series. So, yeah, I got Celtics in – I'm going to go 6.
I got Celtics in 6 as well. I think the Pacers are going to squeak out 2 games, but I think it's the Celtics series.
Celtics in 5.
5, yeah. I'll probably roll with 6 too. I think just based off last night, I think the Pacers can win 1 or 2. I could see 5 though easily. I don't think this will go 7. I don't believe so, but we'll see who. I mean, everybody's getting injured too, and we don't know when Porzingis is coming back, so anything can really change this series. Yeah, Porzingis might come back. I think they said game 4 maybe, which that'd be good for them. To the NHL.
Well, before we go over there, I want to kind of see if our predictions come to pass and the Celtics end up playing the Timberwolves, what do we think? Just right now, before these series have even kicked off, if those come to pass, what do you guys think? Because I personally think that the Timberwolves have more size than the Celtics, and I think that will prove to be a very big thing. And I think the Timberwolves would take it. That's why I think they come out of the West, the finals champions. But I just want to know what you guys are thinking on that.
One of you guys go first. I need to think about it.
I agree with you, Jackson. I think the Timberwolves are just – I feel like they're more hungry. I know the Celtics have been there, but I feel like the Timberwolves just play a more complete basketball game, and I feel like they don't have the slip-ups and the mental mistakes that the Celtics tend to make, going up 20, 30 and blowing the lead or whatever it is. I feel like they're just too inconsistent, and the way that the Timberwolves play is just hard-nosed basketball, good defense, and the offense will come. So I feel like they'll always figure it out, especially going against teams like that that make mental mistakes. Yeah.
You're asking for
I don't think a series prediction just yet, but I mean just general thoughts on it.
Yeah, I think Timberwolves as well. Like I said before, 2 7-footers and Ant is just insane, and I don't know. I like Ant, and I think he wants it probably more than anyone in the league, at least right now.
I agree with everything you guys said. I do really hope this series goes to 7.
Yeah.
I could really see this series going to 7 games and even coming down to that last minute in the game 7.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna pick Boston though. I do agree with the physicality thing. The only reason is because I'm a hater now, and Karl Anthony Towns' ring just doesn't sound right.
After all that,
after all that. No, yeah, I just couldn't see Karl Anthony Towns, and it says NBA champion next. I just couldn't see it. And I can see, sadly, Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown has to win 5 this year, though, to live up to his prediction. So
long road.
I don't know how he's going to physically be able to do that. But, yeah, if you want to talk about the team on your sweatshirt, kick off the NHL, what happened?
What happened is they got on their back foot so early that there was just no possible way they were going to catch up. I think we all, after they won that game to kind of stay alive, we all had a little bit of hope going into that. But even when they won, it didn't feel like they really beat them. It just felt like they got a lucky break and they scored and all that. But I think Dallas was just the better team, or at least in that series. I think overall, I would take the Avs. But, I think in that series, it doesn't matter what you do before. It just matters what you do then. And I think the Dallas came into it and did what they do and walked out of there. And, I mean, you can't hope to win a series hanging on by a thread in overtime every single game or almost every other game. You can't win your games like that. You need to win dominantly, which is what Dallas did for most of the series.
Yeah, and then just all the inside stuff that happened with the team. Taves being out for that one game. Nichushkin, obviously. Good week to be a Dallas sports fan.
Oh, yeah, big time.
I guess unless you're a Cowboys fan, then it's never a good week. That was rough to watch. I fell asleep before the game was even over. Went to double overtime. There was no way I was staying up to watch that. But it was sad to see in the morning because, the city is more alive when the Avs are doing good. So it was cool to at least have them get this far, especially with the team kind of banged up. Not really a consistent goalkeeper until the playoffs. Yeah. At least we made it this far. We'll be back next year. Hopefully the Landeskog, I think he has like interview tomorrow or something, press conference. So hopefully that's decent news.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Edmonton won a huge Game 7 on the road.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I think everyone was kind of thinking that Vancouver was going to kind of take that series at some point, and I think Edmonton had to just kind of nut up and start playing how they know how to play. And I think it showed that they're one of the better teams in the NHL, and they just came into that game, came in the series, and just did what they needed to do.
Have to give Hunter his flowers. He did call that on the dot. Did say Vancouver was going to be really tough, but Edmonton in 7.
Yeah.
Actually, we'll have to go back and look at it before we give him credit. We'll have to go listen to that again. By the way, he's not here today, so we don't have to give him credit to his face.
Wouldn't even dream of it.
In the East, the Panthers beat the Bruins in 6. The Panthers' goal with 2 minutes left stunned all of Boston. We were sitting here with an actual Boston Bruins fan, and to see his face just crumble the second that goal went in, it was kind of sad to see.
Yeah, no, the Panthers are just a train right now, and they're just kind of running through everybody currently, and I don't know. They're going to be hard to stop. I mean, going into this, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I did pick the Bruins to win, and I thought that this was going to be the year that they turned it around and that they actually made it all the way through, but just wasn't meant to be because the Panthers are just very, very good, and they're very good at hockey, and I don't really see it stopping, to be honest with you. I think they're going to keep chugging, and who do they play in their next series?
Rangers.
The Rangers.
Also tough.
Also tough. I mean, it's hard to see a future where the NHL Stanley Cup champions aren't coming out of this series. But, you can't sleep on Edmonton. You can't really sleep on Dallas. But, yeah, they're a tough team to beat, and it's going to be a tough team to beat in a 7-game series as well.
So we'll do these 2 predictions as well. Dallas. I'm spacing. Dallas, Edmonton. What's the pick?
I'm going to go.
We don't have to pick games for these ones.
Okay, I'm going to go Edmonton. I think they're a better team overall than the Stars, and I think the Stars, while they won pretty well against the Avs, that was also a pretty banged up, psychologically dented Avs team in my opinion that they should have beaten realistically, but I don't think they're running into that same type of team with Edmonton. I think Edmonton showed in that last series that they love to push and that they're a hard-working team. And I don't think you're going to be able to score 1-2 goals in regulation against Edmonton and win every single game. So I think I got Edmonton. If I had to put a game on it, I'd say 6. But like you said, who knows? But yeah, I got Edmonton.
I'm going to go Dallas. I think Jake Ottinger's the difference. I think they're just goalie in general. Their backup I think is still better than Edmonton. So yeah, I don't know. I'll put in a game on it. I'll go 7. I think Dallas will have home ice. I'm not for sure on that. But, yeah, Dallas at home, Game 7.
Okay.
If you guys want to make picks, you can.
I know nothing. I don't want to lie about what I do and do not know.
I'm pretty uneducated on the matter, but I'll take Edmonton just because
It's Connor McJesus.
Connor McDavid.
I'm taking Dallas just because Vander Kane is on Edmonton.
Yeah.
He's the worst.
Ooh, yep. That's how I know they're going to win.
Vander Kane.
Yeah, real demon.
And then the Panthers Rangers series. I'm sticking with them. I'm taking my Panthers. Again, I said I think they're going to win the Stanley Cup. I said that right before the playoffs. I'm sticking with it. Panthers in 6.
This is a really tough one for me.
The Rangers are good, though.
The Rangers are so good, but they didn't have the greatest series against. They didn't have the greatest series against Carolina. And they did in the beginning. They kind of started to get a little shaky there at the end, but they pulled through and did what they were supposed to do. The Panthers are hot. They went up against a team that was supposed to be really solid in this playoff run, and they knocked them out in 6 games, I believe. Yeah. So
6 games.
Oh man, I don't know. I lean Rangers just based off of they played really good in the regular season. And it doesn't seem like that has stopped coming into the playoffs. I think either way. I think it's going to 7. I think they're 2 hard-fighting teams that aren't just going to give up. I think we're in for a very, very good series. Ooh, I'm going to go Rangers. I think I'm going to go Rangers.
Oh, damn it. My Panthers are back up against the wall. Nobody wants to cheer for the Panthers. If you guys want, you said Panthers, right? Because Kodak.
My name Kodak Black, but when you see me, I'm white.
So yeah, at least we got one more Panthers fan over here.
Yep.
Okay, well, I think maybe the biggest story of sports in the last week. Scottie Scheffler, the best golfer in the world, got arrested.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. The Twitter's reaction to it was amazing.
Yeah, no, I woke up to the ESPN notification, and the only quote on it was, "He's going to jail." And I was like, what happened? So it took me like a good hour to really figure out what happened. The whole thing kind of seems like a big misunderstanding. It kind of seems like one cop told him to do one thing, and then the other cop up the road was like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like, no. And then they arrested him. But, yeah, no, that was an interesting situation. He came out there and played well, too. So I mean,
shot a 66. That's the best second day he's had in a major ever.
Mm-hmm.
And it came off of him being in jail 3 hours prior.
Yep.
I think maybe he has to go back to jail every second day.
Yeah, you never know, you know.
Every second day.
Every second day.
I told my mom, you can't be the best golfer in the world if you don't have a mugshot.
Yeah, without sacrifices, it can't happen.
Tiger, Daly,
Mm-hmm.
Phil Mickelson has to have a mugshot out there somewhere. Shooter McGavin.
Shooter McGavin.
So, like, it's about time he got one. You know,
Oh, yeah.
you need it. That's the last thing you need to be the best golfer in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But the best golfer this weekend, I'll let you, if you want to do it during the gambling corner recap, or you can do it right now.
We'll do it during the gambling corner recap. But, yeah, no, he played amazing. Xander Schauffele came out there and broke the record for the best round in major history with, I believe it was minus 21.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
Minus 21, minus 22, which is absolutely insane. And the fact that there was someone right behind him, too, in DeChambeau, who realistically was one missed putt away from us seeing a very, very big playoff, live versus PGA playoff. But, no, Xander pulled through, and he finally got it.
Finally.
It was honestly, it was almost emotional for me watching him win it. Like, you could see after all those years of hard work, like, he was able to finally break through the mold and get himself a major. And he just played amazing, especially after on that 18th hole, or I guess it was the 18th hole, where he found himself in just a bad lie. And that could have really changed the tide and really thrown him into a playoff, or even worse, he might have lost if he wouldn't have been able to get out of that as well as he did with his feet in the bunker. But he proceeded to push through, hit a great shot, chip onto the green. His up and downs were amazing, those last 3 holes, because they were all scary. And he did what he needed to do. He went in there and he played well, and played his brand of golf, and, he got it done.
Master of second place finally got his.
Mm-hmm.
I do agree with you. Want to give Bryson DeChambeau credit.
Yeah.
He's been awesome this year.
No, yeah, he really
and
has.
he's the last 2 majors too. I mean, he was leading the first day of the Masters, maybe the first 2 days.
Yep.
And then obviously Scottie became Scottie, but yeah, that he was incredible. I wish we saw that playoff.
Yeah.
That would have been so amazing. But we can't move on real quick without saying that one of our friends had a really good golf shot this weekend.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there for it.
No, Christian put this ball maybe 1 inch away from the pin on a par 3. We'll put the picture. I told him I'd shout him out just because it was very impressive. A lot of impressive golf being played this week. It's all 2.
That's what I do, baby.
There we go. We did win though. Me and Hunter did win. So
Oh my goodness.
what by 1 stroke. Yeah. If you do have any other words on the PGA, or you guys have any words on the PGA?
My S.O.L. question is golf related.
We'll get to it
Then
later.
we'll get back to it.
All right, bet.
Any thoughts on the PGA?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, just a last little tidbit about that playoff that could have been. I really do think that it would have been one of the more electric ones ever, because Schauffele even said it when he was accepting the cup. He was like, I didn't want to go into a playoff with Bryson because I feel like we would have played 18 again. And we would have had to play another round, which I think is true.
Just imagine.
Dude, that would have been insane. But, yeah, I think golf gods were looking down and smiling. Xander finally got his.
There were so many low scores this weekend too.
Mhm.
Like the whole entire field was like minus 12. Or
No,
better.
it was ridiculous.
It was crazy to see. But yeah, we'll get into an ad read real quick and then get into the segment part of the show. All right, guys, let me tell you guys about S.O.L. It is almost summertime. You know what that means. Sun's out, great vibes. It's time to spread love. You guys got to go hit up my boys at SLUV. When you wear a SLUV piece, you are not just wearing a piece of clothing. You're elevating your style and representing what love looks like. Like, look at this beautiful sweatshirt, baby blue prism. This was one of their last drops. They have another drop coming up soon that I cannot wait for you guys to see. I've seen it, and it is amazing. So make sure you join SLUV in creating a world where love triumphs over hate and fashion meets compassion. Go follow them on Instagram at sluv.co or go visit their website at sluv.us. That is sluv.co on Instagram or sluv.us on their website. Go check them out. Welcome back to our segment part of the show. We have 3 this week. We only had 1 last week, so maybe this makes up for the only 1 last week. We're going to do a quick recap on Gambling Corner. We had all of our picks last week. Hunter's not here to do his, but I don't think any of his won. I could be mistaken. But yeah, yours kind of did.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. One leg of it did. I mean, I did call for Schauffele to be in, or not, yeah, Xander Schauffele to be in the top 10, and he won. So I had a good feeling about him coming into it, and that paid off pretty well. Not monetarily, but, in my heart it did. And then, honestly, unfortunately, John Rahm has forgotten how to play golf, and now sucks and is terrible and can't swing a club to save his life anymore. So that will be the last time any red cent that I have goes anywhere near that Spaniard. So I will not be betting on John Rahm anymore. The other legs in it, they were close.
Hold on. The Spaniard part felt meaningful.
Just descriptive.
Okay.
But the rest of it was pretty close. You had Scottie and Rory both in or close to the top 10. I had them both in the top 5. I thought Rory was going to come in after a good performance in the last majors. But he kind of fell short. So did Scottie. I think, while it is funny in kind of the whole situation, him getting arrested, I can't help but think that definitely mentally messed with him a little bit. And that probably held him back from doing that. But it was also a great field. It's just, I don't think any of us, while we were making those bets or those predictions, could have predicted how good of a field it was going to be. So, I don't feel too bad about my picks there. Schauffele exceeded my expectations by a lot. And, Scottie and Roy, they'll get there. Scottie's going to get back on the grind here soon. I mean, he missed multiple weeks of golf, so it's not going to be long before he gets back on.
He'll be fine.
Yeah. I think that's why he lost.
Why? Like that week off?
Caden put money on him.
Oh, yeah. Caden did put. You put money on him too? Oh, you did.
Better's curse.
The second he got arrested and I saw his mugshot, I put money on him to win.
I heard he was placing money. I was like, Scottie gonna fucking lose, man.
What about your first pick?
I think it was Brooks Koepka top 10. That's not. I don't think that's what it was. And they used tied for 26th. So I was close.
We just
Really
mentioned though
close.
that like a -5 and being tied for 26.
I was about to say the difference between 10 and 26 was probably like 2-3 strokes.
And like
It was literally 3
at
strokes.
Augusta, -5 I think would have got the 3rd place check.
Yeah.
Because I think Max and all them were tied for 3rd at -4.
It is pretty interesting, just a little sidebar. It is interesting to see that mode click into people's heads near the end of their round on the 4th day where they're like, okay, I'm not going to win, but I can make a sizable amount more money.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about if I can just squeak from like 20 to like 15, like we're talking about close to like
Millions of
hundreds of thousands of dollars in cash coming through.
Yeah.
So it is fun to see that kind of moment click in these golfers where they're like, all right, I got to turn it on a little bit. I can't win, but I can make money.
I wish Max Homa was clicking for me. Dodger Nation was not very happy. He was that was one of my picks, Max Homa top 10, and I also had Brooks top 10 with Caden over there. But Max Homa, I was just upset because now they're talking about, on Pardon My Take, Xander was that guy that was like, okay, is he finally ever going to get that major? Now it might be Max Homa.
Yeah.
And we might be waiting a little bit longer than I would like to.
Mm-hmm.
So my picks didn't go well. They were never going to go well. They were never going to go well, frankly. But I had hope, just like every bettor does. We just need to feel the adrenaline. So
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be no Gambling Corner probably until what? Maybe even next week, because UFC 301.
Yeah.
Is it 301?
I think
Yeah, 301.
No, 302.
302, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, UFC 302s. I think
Poirier and Makachev.
it's June 1st, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. So,
Like
so we're gonna have to do that next week.
Yep.
Cool, that'll be perfect. All right, well, we'll be gambling again next week.
Yes.
We're back. All right, we're gonna do the What's Back segment of the day. What's your What's Back?
So mine is College Football 25. We finally got a trailer for it, and it looks glorious.
And two covers. Two covers.
Looks just as beautiful as the day I lost it. And it's a miracle to see it back. And it's going to be so good. It's going to be so much better than Madden. I can't wait to take 4 days off work to play it. Like, everyone's saying June 19th. July 19th. Me and my $150 spent. He's going to be playing on July 16th.
July 16th, yeah.
And when Madden comes out, I'm getting the deluxe of that too because I bought that little combo package. I was like too good of an offer to pass up on. But yeah, it's going to be exciting. I think it's going to be. I'll go out on a limb and say I'm going to predict that it's going to be the best-selling sports video game of all time.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think anyone will ever come close to beating the record it's about to set. And yeah, if you're between the ages of like 20 and 30 and you're not excited, we can't be friends.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, Hunter needs to get his PS5 so we can all play. Same with you,
Me?
Mr. S.O.L. Yeah, so we can play college football.
Yeah, who knows?
It'll be cross-platform, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
But yeah, when we
Just
get
for
to
the
Can
vibes.
I pre-order that joint?
No,
What's
no,
that
you
deal
can you can
got?
pre-order it until like the day before it drops.
So I'm gonna pre-order mine here soon, so I can get it July 16th as well.
No.
And then who knows? Maybe when the game rolls out, we'll have a little rock solid dynasty,
What's a tournament?
a little rock
Dynasty?
solid dynasty online that we keep track of, and
Ooh, that'd be
everyone can fight for their team.
I like that idea. Caden, you what's back?
Chris Bryant, the savior of the Rockies, is back. Hopefully.
Didn't you guys win like 7 or 8 straight games, and then he came back, and you guys lost like 2 and 3 in a row?
I think so, yeah. I think that's exactly what happened. It was a 7-game win streak. After missing 31 games, he's back, and he's here to turn things around.
That's sure one way to put it.
One could almost forget that he was even on the team.
I would, yeah, that'd be fine with me too.
Would you still ever get a Chris Bryant jersey?
No, there's no way.
But you were thinking about it that when you first came here.
Well, yeah, it was Chris Bryant. It's who else do we have besides that? Charlie Blackmon, that only the Rockies people know, like Rockies
He
fans.
was also 39 years old.
Exactly.
You
I'm too young to have it. It's like my dad's age.
could always get one.
No, there's no way.
No. Do you have a what's back, Saul? Oh, yeah, you do.
It's me, baby. I'm back. I'm out this brace for the goal line dancing. Was already dancing on the green. That's the best part about being out of the boot.
Back
ready
to golf.
Yeah, golf with my guys.
So you're back.
I'm back,
Better
baby.
than ever.
I think I might be.
I think I might be. Oh, that's hilarious. My what's back NASCAR fights.
Oh yeah,
Dude, I don't know if you guys saw that video.
That
We'll
was
for
awesome.
sure put it in here.
Get out of here!
Kyle Busch, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Apparently, he was like an all-star race or something. Nothing beats NASCAR fights in
no,
sports.
dude. You have to have such a level of anger because what they were fighting about probably happened like 45 minutes before they got into a fight. I think watching that video, what just cracks me up so much is like how in the beginning it kind of seemed like Stenhouse was trying to. He was like, "What? No, I didn't mean to do. I didn't." And then just like pauses and just cocks back and just hits him with the meanest right hook
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, and right as it seemed like he was gonna like calm everything down and everything was going to be okay, he just clocked him.
Well, the best part about NASCAR fights too is it's not just the racers, because once once the racers get into it, like then their whole pit crew has to get
Yeah, and if you know anything about pit crew, those guys are burly dudes. Those guys are strong men. So those fights can be massive.
Yeah, no, that was very funny. Did you guys see the video?
Yeah.
Bro held onto his water bottle the whole time. I don't know if y'all peeped that, but I was impressed.
Yeah, you got to love the
I was like, bro, that's just empty, dog. Let it go.
the guy
Start
with
throwing some shit.
the guy with the nicotine can on his racing car. And once they started getting up onto his like little truck they carried his car in, they started getting pressed.
Oh, yeah.
They joined in and they were like, "Get off our truck!"
I think we talked about like fights in different sports like last week. Just maybe not even on the pod, just like in general. We forgot NASCAR fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have that has to be included in the list now because it has to. Obviously, UFC is it's the main combat sport, so they're allowed to fight.
Yeah.
That will always be number 1. 2 might be NASCAR.
Yeah, it might just be.
I'm not gonna lie. NASCAR or hockey. NASCAR hockey.
Yeah, I'd say hockey just because they do it more.
Yeah.
But or NASCAR has that like
It only happens.
happens so often.
Yeah.
And when it happens, it's electric.
Oh, it was so funny. Those are like the perfect guys fighting.
Bare
Like
knuckle, no helmet, baby.
and you know
Just a bunch of rednecks.
yeah, I was gonna say all the rednecks and the fans were just probably go at it too. We got to get some more footage of those.
No, yeah. They ride or die with those cars.
I don't know. I mean, we got the Dale Earnhardt Jr. car over there now behind the camera. But yeah, that was my what's back. Hopefully it's back all the time.
Yeah.
I cannot wait. All right, last segment. Shit out of luck question, Mr. S.O.L. He's back. Let's do it.
Would y'all rather never miss a fairway or never two-putt in your life?
So when you say never two putt, you mean always hit it on the first putt?
Or never three-putt, my fault.
Never three putt. Okay.
I apologize.
What about 4-putt?
No, see, that might change my opinion as well. But I don't,
No, 3-putt. Okay.
Never three-putt, never miss a fairway. Which one
I'm
you
going
taking?
to say never three putt.
Yeah.
Because it's very I don't want to say easy, but it's very possible to play out of a bad lie. Like there's been multiple times in my life where I've
speak for yourself.
where I've gotten a bad drive that's landed in not the best area, and I've still gotten it to the green almost in regulation, like getting it there for par. So being able to walk out with a bogey on holes where you miss the fairway is nice, because 90% of the problem with my game is I'll go up there and just tap all around that putting green. It is just
I can't putt for
that
shit.
runs that score up. So yeah, I'm definitely going three putt because you can play out of the rough.
We beat them to the green a lot more, but they were dialed from the putt.
Yeah.
Hunter had a nice putt.
And
Yeah,
explicit him.
well, you can answer this one first.
Same. Never 3-putt. I feel like I can get to the green in like an all right amount of shots.
Mm-hmm.
And I, like you said, I don't think lie has anything to do with my golf game. I'm not good enough for the lie to matter. So it's the
Very
same thing coming out if it's on the fairway or if it's on the deep rough. My chances are the same. But when I get on the green, I can't putt for shit. So I'm definitely going never 3-putt.
I would 100% say never 3-putt too, because there's some holes last week. I was so dialed with my 3-wood, then I get on the green and 3-putt, and that my scores just weren't good. Especially was it like a couple days ago whenever I went to Plum Creek? Oh my lord, could not putt for shit.
Good.
And always you could play it safe too. You could always just iron to the fairway if you're like especially if you can't three putt. It's like as long as I make it there at a half decent amount of strokes, we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
The smart answer is saying 3-putt, but for like my golf game, it would probably be making it on the fairway, because you get me in that rough, I'm not getting out. Like we gonna be in the rough the whole time until we get up there, and that just shortens up my distance. It doesn't help. Especially Plum Creek's rough. If anybody is listening that works there, fix that shit. Have some respect for us. Mow it, please. That's all I ask. But yeah, no, 3-putt for sure. I think that's the smart answer.
They used to have tournaments there. They used to have a senior tour event there.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just Castle Rock seniors. It's that disappointing.
Very.
But it was popping the other day, though. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, would you like to answer your own question, or?
I'm going never 3-putt again, because like y'all said, I feel like I can get to the green pretty okay. very average. But yeah, I feel like I have more trouble on the green than getting it there.
Yeah.
Like you said, I'm not good enough to where it matters if I'm hitting on in the fairway or don't matter. I honestly sometimes like playing out of the rough. Like I feel like it's easier to hit sometimes, depending on how close I am.
A little bit more room
what my
for error.
Yeah, it's like having a little tea down there. Prop that bitch up a little bit. Sit up there for me. Real pretty light.
Real quick, this isn't a part of the segment, part of the show, but I forgot we should have talked about this just because it was hilarious. Antonio Brown filing for bankruptcy.
Oh, not my dog.
CT ESPN isn't pulling the bills up right now.
Yeah, no, not at all. I mean, that's one of AB will go down as one of the biggest what could have been.
I was just going to say idiot, but
Yeah, no, well, that definitely. He will definitely go down as that. But I think just talking about him when he was playing football, I think he will go down as one of the biggest what-ifs ever because I think he would have been, I want to say, the best receiver to ever play the game.
yeah, close, maybe.
At least, definitely close, but we definitely missed out on some awesome football because he lost his mind.
Literally.
I will never forget when he ran off the field. The mid-game. I think I was with you.
Oh, that was so funny.
Peace.
Nobody had any clue what was going on.
I think I was doing like a PA event for volleyball in Mississippi State or something, and someone was just like, yo, AB just stripped down and ran off the field. And I was like, what?
And nobody knew why.
Yes.
And
We all thought it was just going to be like, oh, he'll figure something out. Nope. I think that was the moment where that twine finally broke.
Oh, the twine.
Lost his mind.
He hopped in that guy's Uber, too, and the Uber driver was driving him, like, videotaping him, talking to him, like, asking him questions. That shit was so funny. Also, lastly, Zen shortage around the U.S.
It's devastating. We're at a low point, for sure. They were at the top of their game, and right as we needed them most, they disappeared. So,
Yeah, you're not wrong there.
yeah, no, yeah. I think some people have been saying that it's going to put a big dent on white boy summer. It's going to be a massive dent on that. So, we will regroup and rebuild. But
I haven't heard that one time, so that was great. I haven't seen one tweet of that. Oh, my gosh, that's hilarious. What happened again? There was a fire?
I think the factory burnt down.
So, did they get buzzed?
Did they get what? Oh, shit, fuck you. Yeah,
They got bronchitis, is what they got, brother.
Oh, that's
The whole
hilarious.
surrounding county was fucking on Mars. Buzzed.
Dude, that would be crazy. I would really wonder what the smell of that would be. Probably disgusting, but
Yeah, it can't be good.
no. Oh, jeez. This is what we get to in the end of these shows. All right, well, we'll wrap it up here now. Be back next week. We have a couple of good ideas brewing. Hopefully we'll bring them to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Fruition.
I was going to say tuition, but I was like, that's not let's not bring anything to tuition. Yeah, so hopefully you guys will see that either next week after that. But yeah, other than that, you guys like to say anything to people? I ask you guys every time now.
Signing off and signing out, baby.
What he said.
Yeah, I don't even think I could top that.
All right, well, go tell somebody you love them. Might just make their day. Peace.
See ya.